Hello, my name's Claudia Chang. I attend Northwestern University and I'm a swimmer. Some of the best advice I've been given from my mentors and coaches is to have fun and really lean on my teammates when I'm struggling. I think the team has been an incredibly supportive part of my journey, and I definitely would not be where I am without them. I really swim for the people and just getting to see them every day. Some of the most important things I focus on my training regimen are executing the details. We have a lot of really difficult practices, and I think focusing on the little things helps keep you mentally engaged during the really challenging sets, as well as progressing from more than just a strength standpoint. One challenge I faced in high school was I had an injury and I didn't really know how to talk to coaches about that. I realized that the best way to talk about it was to be transparent, as to let them know about my injury and as well to let them know kind of about the physical therapy I was doing, what I was doing with my coaches, with dryland and my lift coaches. I think that was all really helpful for them to know going in so that they could see that I was working hard, even if it might look a little different. I think another challenge I had was I actually transferred to Northwestern. And so when I was transferring, it was a bit challenging to find a school that was the right fit for me. But I think if you know a place isn't right for you, being able to take that extra step, reach out to coaches was really helpful. So when I was recruited in high school, started right before my junior year, the summer before my junior year. And I think one thing that was really important was just keeping my options open, talking to a lot of different coaches at a lot of different schools. I had an idea of where I wanted to go, both from like a location perspective as well as some of my priorities related to academics and athletics. But I think it's also really valuable to speak to a range of schools, a range of coaches, because it's just as valuable to realize what you don't like as well as to realize what you do like. So I would emphasize keeping an open mind when speaking to coaches and looking at schools. I also think it was really valuable for me to go on unofficial visits in the summer before I went on any official visits, as it gives you a good sense of the campus and you usually get a chance to interact with the coaches a bit as well. When you go on official visits, I find that it's super valuable to spend as much time with the team members as possible. They have a lot of really great insights and can offer a different perspective than the coaches can. And so they're always very open to answering questions. They want to help you find the school that is the best fit, and want to create a team that is the best it can be. I chose Northwestern because of the high level academics and athletics. I knew both were a really big priority for me. And I've found that as a student athlete here, I'm able to get so much support in pursuing my goals, whether they're in the pool or out of the pool. I've learned so much from all of my coaches and teammates. I think the biggest thing I've learned from them is to really enjoy the process. I think a lot of times we get really focused on the time and like the final outcome or our place in a race. But I think when you really focus on enjoying the process, enjoying working hard, enjoying getting to be with your teammates every day, that's what makes it so much more fun, as well as you're more likely to have a good outcome in the end. Balancing academics with swimming is definitely a struggle at times, but I have found that, like I mentioned earlier, Northwestern has so many great supports. We have academic athletic advisors, we have different tutors. I think reaching out to friends, usually they're upperclassmen who have taken similar classes before and can offer advice on studying or professors. And so I think all of those people are really great resources, as well as just being able to prioritize your tasks, set like a daily to-do list, looking ahead, I think is really helpful, especially when we're busy with competitions. It means so much to me. I think over the last year or so, I've had the chance to both coach at the club team that practices here at Northwestern, as well as mentor younger athletes through another service. And just being able to interact with them, share my experiences so that they can learn from myself has been just so incredibly valuable. I really want to give back to the sport because it's given me so much in terms of just who I am as a person, as well as the friendships I have. So just being able to give back, and bring joy to those kids, teach those kids in any way possible is really valuable to me. I would say my biggest piece of advice is just to be fearless when you reach out to brands and different companies. I think it's normal to get a lot of rejection, especially at first, and it's okay. But I think just making sure you always keep the door open, being very communicative, very respectful, letting them know that you're always interested in future opportunities is super important. I think it can be intimidating at first reaching out to brands, um, but I think as you go, you get better at it. You get better at knowing kind of how to, communicate your personal brand and your story. I would say everyone has a super valuable experience and super great things about them. And so just being able to kind of figure out how to best present yourself. Some advice I would give students who are looking to compete at the Division 1 level is just making sure you're reaching out to coaches, and like I said, presenting yourself in the best manner possible, being very respectful, controlling what you can control, I think is super important. Sometimes we can't always control our performance or our times at the current moment, but one thing you can always control is your attitude, the way you communicate to coaches, the way you communicate to members of the team. That is incredibly valuable, as at the end of the day, I would rather have a teammate who is encouraging and uplifting, more than anything else. Hi, my name is Claudia Chang. I attend Northwestern University and I'm a swimmer, and you can check me out at Next Level Prep.